Hello, I'm Dr. Laura Murillo, President and CEO of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We are here with one of our biggest partners. They do so much at the local, national, and international stage. For our great city, they have stepped up so many times, and they've employed phenomenal people to make sure that they are doing incredible work for the city and every day making sure that you get your Coke and a smile and so much more. And so we're happy to welcome Jean-Claude Tissot, who is president of Arca Continental Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages. That's a mouthful. They do so much. Please welcome Jean-Claude. Thank you for being here.
Dr. Laura, thank you for having us here. What an honor to have this opportunity.
Well, and what an honor to be here in this beautiful facility that is a gem. It's a treasure, and you employ so many people. So let's start with that, the great employees that you have here in the Houston offices. And I know you represent not only Texas, but Oklahoma. You've got a very busy job. So thank you for making time. Thank you for always coming down to Houston, which is really, we are the beneficiaries of the great work that your team does.
Thank you. Thank you for the nice word. As a company, who we are, to your point, we are part of Arca Continental. Arca Continental is a global bottler that operates in 5 countries, in Argentina, Peru, Ecuador, Mexico, and here in the US. Yes. In the US, we are your local bottler. In Texas and Oklahoma, small part of New Mexico and Arkansas. We have with us 9,000 heroes that they are working, making sure that we deliver and we offer all our brands and our entire portfolio, Coca-Cola and all the brands that we have. And if you ask me, okay, what is different and special about the company is our culture, that our culture is about our frontline heroes and how we support our community.
And not only that, but so many of your heroes, as you refer to the team, that have spent decades working here, where they could move on like so many people do these days, but you just recently celebrated so many people who've worked here decades.
Yes, like 2 weeks ago, we had the opportunity to have what we call our gala celebration. Gala is years of service that for all our heroes that they have been working with the company from 30 up until this year, 55 years, we celebrate with them and their families. And that is a special and a magic night for all of us.
Absolutely. So I want to talk about something that's very, very significant that people may not be aware of. You recently, your team, earned for the second time a huge, huge award. Talk to us about that.
Okay, thank you for bringing it up. We are super proud, very humble, but super proud. We won as the best bottler globally for the Coca-Cola system. They call that the Candler Cup. And the Candler Cup is the recognition of the best bottler globally. There are 200 bottlers in the world, and we were able to win it. And it's the first time that a bottler has the opportunity to win it twice. And it's a recognition, not just from the Coca-Cola company, but what is even more important, a recognition from the other bottlers, because they have to vote based on some metrics, who is the winner. Yes. And the metrics is not just about execution and result, but something that they evaluate the most is the culture of the company. And that for us is our priority number 1.
Yes, and we know that, again, it is very significant to have won it once, but twice. Has any bottler won it twice?
No, that we are the first one that we were able to achieve that, and that's why we were super proud. And even during the event, we were like, okay, maybe we are not going to get it because we already got it in 2018.
But you did it again, and what an honor, and certainly for Houston, that recognition that you are really, what it's saying is you're number 1 and amongst your peers, which really makes it special. So congratulations, very well earned, and for all that you all are doing. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about the partnership with the Hispanic Chamber. You guys have come in very strong with us, always, available, and you've done so much for Houston. I know that the partnership is one that is absolutely one that has substance and deep roots. So from your perspective, why is a partnership with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce important to Coca-Cola?
First of all, congratulations. And honestly, you're doing an amazing job. And every time that I have the opportunity to be with you, I tell you the same. You're doing an amazing job with the Hispanic Chamber. Why it is important for us? Because it connects the values that you have as an organization with the values and the belief that we have as an organization. For us, it's super important to make sure that our community is a community that is prospering. And what you are doing with that focus to develop and to support a small business, that is super important for us. We're doing that with our suppliers, and we promoted diversity and a small business. Actually, we have been investing the triple of what we used to do in the past, and we are supporting and developing a small business as a customer. Think about all the taquerias that we serve. Then when I see how you're promoting that as an organization, connects extremely well to what we want to do. At the end, the Hispanic Chamber and us, we want a better community. Yes. And if our community is strong, then everything is going to be much better.
We all win as a result, most definitely. And so you're president of this huge machine. What does that mean? What is your day-to-day like as president with so many responsibilities?
Honestly, I never think about it like that. I think that in our particular case, the leadership team, we have is a big responsibility that is to serve and to serve our heroes, our community, our customers. Yes. Then that is the mindset that all of us we have in our day-to-day job.
Yes. And within that, one of your big roles and missions is the Hispanic Inclusion Network. What is that? Tell us about it.
Then in the Hispanic Inclusion Network is about, once again, supporting a small business. Super important for us. And as I was sharing with you, Laura, we are investing a lot with our suppliers to make sure that they have an opportunity as part of that network, a small business, but we are also partnering with other organizations that they have that mindset as well. One example is with the Mavericks. The Mavericks, they have an organization to support a small business as well, and we partner with them.
Very well. And around the corner, coming to our city, right, we know the World Cup, and that is going to be huge for the economy, for business, and again, you all have stepped up in a major way. So tell us how you all are feeling in terms of the excitement, and for people who have not been part of that, what should they anticipate?
Okay, that question I'm super biased because I am Hispanic. I love football, soccer, and I had the opportunity to attend to all the World Cups. And what is going to happen is amazing. It's just amazing. And it's not just during the World Cup, but the entire year. We have a super opportunity for something that is going to change the city for better. And honestly, the best cities and the best state that is working to be ready is Texas and Houston. Then for us, it's a great opportunity to continue developing what we want. You with the Hispanic Chamber, us as a company to promote our community. Small business, the activations, everything that is going to happen is fantastic. Just think about it. It's like 16 games that are going to happen in Texas. That is like having 16 Super Bowl in 1 month.
Absolutely, and we want to thank all of the people who helped bring that here, including our elected officials, certainly our mayor, John Whitmire, and so many others who are really focused to make sure Houston stays on top of the very many big demands on it. And as you mentioned, this is not a one-time event. This will absolutely put a spotlight on our city globally for business to come. And so again, we want to be very respectful of the fact that there's a lot of work to be done. It's going to take all of us, but Houston can absolutely do this. And it takes great partners such as Coca-Cola and your team that has been just at the front of so much. And I think sometimes we forget that you're not just Coca-Cola, that you are, while you're global, that you have a local footprint and that you have people on your team that are out there every day, meeting with businesses, meeting with community leaders, stepping up, being actively engaged, and that you have faces behind this big brand that care. And so again, on behalf of our chamber, we want to thank you for taking that leadership role, Jean-Claude, and making sure you are present. And we're going to see you all at the gala. We're going to see you at our CEO breakfast, because we want to continue to make sure businesses are strong and that you have this chamber advocating to make sure that you all can continue doing the great work you do across the globe, but especially in our great city, Houston, Texas.
Thank you, Dr. Laura. We are honored to be a part of that. We are honored to partnership with you, and we are thankful for everything that you are doing for our community.
Thank you.
If we have our heroes smiling, happy, engaged, selling and delivering our product, making sure that they are taking care, that is our common purpose, to take care of our heroes, our community, our customer, and our brands, then we are going to be successful. But it's having the clarity of a common purpose, and we appreciate the opportunity to partnership with you and with your organization.
Thank you. Well, on behalf of our board of directors and our team, we want to say thank you to you and everyone who's part of your team. Thank you so much. And we thank you for joining us. Please make sure you visit our website, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
We are so proud of the partnership that we have with the Houston Hispanic Chamber. We really appreciate everything that you are doing for our community. We are excited about the gala, and we are thankful with Dr. Laura having us as part of the gala and as part of the chamber. Our partnership is strong for the future that we have together. Thank you to the Houston Hispanic Chamber. Thank you to Dr. Laura, and let's make sure that we are going to leverage an amazing opportunity that we have next year, that is the FIFA World Cup in Houston. What a great opportunity for all of us.
The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading advocate for Hispanic business in our region. In Houston, we represent over $54 billion per year in consumer spending. Our thanks to our volunteers, sponsors, board of directors, and staff as we work to advocate for business and for a stronger economy. Learn more by visiting the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce website, HoustonHispanicChamber.com. On behalf of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors and staff, we invite you to consider becoming a sponsor of our upcoming annual awards gala, the largest Hispanic gala in the city of Houston, where we will be recognizing some incredible individuals from our greater Houston area. The date is Saturday, November the 8th at the Thompson Hotel. Become a sponsor today. The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading advocate for the Hispanic business community. In Houston, we represent over $54 billion per year in consumer spending. Our thanks to our board and staff for making sure we elevate business and advocate for a stronger economy.
November 8th, what an amazing date. We are so proud as Coca-Cola Southwest to be part of the gala. See you there. Thank you to the Houston Hispanic Chamber for everything that you do for our community. See you there.
Hello, I'm Dr. Laura Murillo, President and CEO of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. It is with great honor and privilege that I introduce to you someone who is an extraordinary, very accomplished young man that I have had the privilege of knowing for decades now. And there's so much we can say about him. And so I'm so thrilled that he can share just a little bit about his personal journey that he has put together in a book. And the name of the book is titled From Immigrant to Ambassador, My American Journey. And what a journey this gentleman has had. It's great to have with us the U.S. Ambassador to Spain and Andorra, retired Ambassador, my friend Eduardo Aguirre. Thank you so much for being with us.
Laura, Dr. Laura Murillo, it is an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to be with
Oh,
you.
thank you so much. And there is so much to say. And I think, especially in this day and age, where your story can resonate with so many people, something that has absolutely only in America, as you love to say, could something like this so extraordinary occur. So I want to start with your immigration journey before we get into so much more. Let's start there. Tell us about that, please.
Well, Laura, at the age of 15, I left Cuba without my family. It's what the immigration attorneys call an unaccompanied minor. Cuba was going through difficult political times, and my parents wanted me to come to America and live in freedom. So I left at 15. I went through some difficulties, probably like most immigrants go through difficulties. Uh, I was cared for by the Catholic Church, and they sent me to an orphanage in the New Orleans area, which was run by very bad religious people. There were child molesters and such, and it was a bad experience. Fortunately, I was not molested, but I witnessed things like that, and it made me a better person as I am today. Uh, I reunited with my parents a couple of years after they were able to leave Cuba. My brother left a little after I did, and I met a beautiful Cuban girl in New Orleans. We've been married 57 years. I graduated from college. You know, probably the most difficult part was English. I didn't speak any English. Obviously, I had no money as a 15-year-old, but but I survived, and not only survived, I think I thrived.
Absolutely, you did. And I've known you in different roles, if you will, throughout your magnificent career. Everything from banking to the University of Houston, your community work as ambassador. You and I have had the opportunity to represent Houston globally. And so for someone like myself who is an admirer of yours, a fan, if you will, and someone who absolutely uh, understands just how difficult it must have been for all of these doors to open for you, and what you had to do to make sure you were ready when those doors did open. So I want to start with your career as a very successful banker. Talk to us about that.
Well, thank you. You know, I started banking as a teller when I was going through school and running a computer operation at the bank. But when I graduated from Louisiana State University, LSU, I was recruited by Texas Commerce Bank here in Houston. And Texas Commerce Bank is now JP Morgan Chase. But I started in the training program, and I went through 34 years of banking, not only with Texas Commerce Bank, but a number of other banks after that. Ultimately, I retired from Bank of America as the president of the International Private Bank globally for Bank of America. And it's been a great run. I love the banking world. In fact, after I came back from ambassador, I was able to do 14 years on the board of a bank called BBVA. So altogether, I've had a 50-year run in banking, both as an executive and in the governance side. It's been a great run. I enjoyed it, and it allowed me to do things, and I know we're going to talk about it, allow me to do things later in the government world.
Yes, and in the community. So as we look today at Houston and we look at the Greater Houston Partnership, we look at the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the rodeo. You were a first in so many of these different entities. And so your public service goes hand in hand, I believe, with your private sector work as a first at the table, making sure that we were represented not only at the local level, at the national level, and internationally. So let's talk a little bit about you being the first as an example, as chairman of the Go Tejano Committee.
Sure. Well, my parents ran a foster home for Cuban kids when I was finishing school. And their dedication inspired me to public service. So, and the Bank of America, encouraged me and allowed me to do my public service duty as I saw it. So, yes, I was the first chairman of the Go Tejano Committee of the Livestock Show and Rodeo. Probably the most successful operation of the rodeo today, certainly the most successful day of the rodeo any given year. And it was, why did I do that? Because of scholarships for Hispanic kids. For 28 years, I have been on the board of Texas Children's Hospital. And that is something that is a passion for me because the health of our children, certainly in the Houston community, but around the world, is something that is very important to me. And as you know, I'm now a lifetime director, wouldn't you know it? Lifetime director of the rodeo and an emeritus director of the Greater Houston Partnership. So yeah, public service is important to me, and I enjoy it. Most importantly, my family has allowed me to get away from them and do public service.
Yes, and I know your wife Tere has been key to your success and has been your biggest cheerleader in all that you've done. And in one very important role that you've had has been your service to the nation that has taken you out of Houston and kept you very occupied in a variety of different roles and your personal relationship with former Presidents Bush. So let's talk about that journey, if you would.
Well, when I was in my banking career, George Herbert Walker Bush, the father, we call him Bush 41, was leaving government at that moment. Jimmy Carter became president, and then Ambassador Bush became a member of the board at the bank that I was in. And through my interface with him many, many times during the month, he took a liking to me. He and Barbara invited Tere and I to go to dinner at their home a number of times. And so when he left the bank to run for president against Ronald Reagan and later became Ronald Reagan's vice president, he asked me to be his private banker. So for 18 years, I was George and Barbara Bush's private banker. He said at the end that I was a friend of the family. So that friendship with the Bush family allowed me to get to know George W. Bush, 43. So when he was governor, he appointed me to the Board of Regents at the University of Houston. And as you know, I became chairman of the board of the University of Houston. And when he went to be the president of the United States, he asked me to go up to Washington, and I served for 8 years in both his terms. First, I was the head of the Exim Bank, the Export-Import Bank of the United States. Later, the Department of Homeland Security was created, and I became the head of United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. It's called USCIS, and that is the service side of immigration not the law enforcement side of immigration. There I ran a team of 15,000 employees, and we processed about 7 million applications each year. Then President Bush got reelected, and he asked me to go to Spain and become the ambassador to Spain and also to the small country of Andorra that sits right between Spain and France. Great experience, one of the greatest experiences of my life.
Well, and certainly for our community, your story is one that is inspirational, motivational, and is one we should share with others, including our children, to see what you and your family have accomplished, because you not only have a phenomenal wife, but an extraordinary family with very accomplished individuals. And so, Ambassador, on behalf of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and Houston, I want to say thank you for all you've done for this great country. And I want to also encourage everyone to purchase his book. And the name of the book again is From Immigrant to Ambassador, My American Journey by Eduardo Aguirre. Ambassador, you've been a true friend. I'm so thankful for all you've done for me personally. So on that note, we wish you continued blessings. Thank you.
Laura, thank you very much for the opportunity to be with you and with your audience. It's been a treat. Let's do it again.
We are so proud of the partnership that we have with the Houston Hispanic Chamber. We really appreciate everything that you are doing for our community. We are excited about the gala, and we are thankful with Dr. Laura having us as part of the gala and as part of the chamber. Our partnership is strong for the future that we have together. Thank you to the Houston Hispanic Chamber. Thank you to Dr. Laura. And let's make sure that we are going to leverage an amazing opportunity that we have next year. That is the FIFA World Cup in Houston. What a great opportunity for all of us.
The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading advocate for Hispanic business in our region. In Houston, we represent over $54 billion per year in consumer spending. Our thanks to our volunteers, sponsors, board of directors, and staff as we work to advocate for business and for a stronger economy. Learn more by visiting the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce website, HoustonHispanicChamber.com. On behalf of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors and staff, we invite you to consider becoming a sponsor of our upcoming annual awards gala, the largest Hispanic gala in the city of Houston, where we will be recognizing some incredible individuals from our greater Houston area. The date is Saturday, November the 8th at the Thompson Hotel. Become a sponsor today. The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading advocate for the Hispanic business community. In Houston, we represent over $54 billion per year in consumer spending. Our thanks to our board and staff for making sure we elevate business and advocate for a stronger economy.
November 8th, what an amazing date. We are so proud as Coca-Cola Southwest to be part of the gala. See you there. Thank you to the Houston Hispanic Chamber for everything that you do for our community. See you there.